Hello, I'm Dynasty the Mirror.
Alors, approchez.
Okay.
I will just try, yeah. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that the most difficult question one can answer as far as Vodoun is concerned is what Vodoun is. It is a very difficult question to answer. And when we even listen to different priests and different chiefs, we notice that the definitions are not the same. But we can retain something. When we say Vodoun, it refers to spirits, to energies. It is, Dagbo said, the Chief Supreme of Voodoo community, said that Voodoo is just an heritage from our forefathers, and no one can really give a definition of Voodoo. No one knows how it really started, but we just know that it's our religion, it is our faith, our forefathers' faith, and we follow them, to follow their footsteps. But personally, I would like to say that Voodoo is like the universe. It is a matter of principle. And before you get to Voodoo, you have to meet an Ifa priest. Yes, everything starts from the Ifa priest, from divination.
Yeah.
Because in our tradition, it is said that we are all human being births. Each person has its special energy. And like the word, you see the flowers don't have the same colors. And the wings are not even the same. It depends on the area. So it depends on where you are from spiritually. And it depends on which element of the universe dominates you. You may be based on principle of water. You may be based on principle of fire. You may be on the principle of the air. So it depends. And those four, there are four main elements, which is water, fire, the air, and the earth. Those are the four elements, the four main deities we have in Voodoo. And when we're talking about the earth, we are meaning Sapata. That is the major, the main deity there. And when we're talking about the principle of air, we are talking about Dan. Dan, it is a symbol. We have snake. Yeah, that symbolizes the air principle. And when we're talking about fire, we can think of Hebioso, the thunder, but we can also think of Ogu, which means iron. And we say that the iron is on earth, but thunder is in the air somehow, but both together make fire. They are from the principle of fire. And we can talk about the water. Talking about water, we have Tohosu. Tohosu is, when we say Hosu even, it is the chief. the king. So the main deity, as far as water is concerned, is Tohosu. And in that water, we have many divisions in every element. When we take the domain of water, we say that Tohosu is the highest principle. But we have Mami Water, we have many other deities they can cite. The same way when we come on earth, we have also many other divisions. When we go to the side of the air, also we have many other divisions. So we can just that is a matter of principle. Yes. And in our everyday practice, everyday communication, we use the word Voodoo in many different circumstances. And the understanding me personally I can give is that Voodoo means simply what is beyond human explanation.
Hey, attends, you can talk. Introduce the winner with Sambito. Mira foto. Hey, come here. Hey, attends. Introduce the winner with Sambito and Rita Benin for the Voodoo Festival. You guys need to be here, like now, right now.
That's the demonstration of
for all that you do, for the energy of unconditional love, truth, peace, and wisdom that exists only within you. So I will try not to cry.
cette expérience.
Coming here is repairing a deeply felt wound.
Yes. Yes. Coming to Ouida, coming to Benin, I am 59 years old. Look good. You look good.
But I feel as if I was born again on this day. And so I thank you for your gracious hospitality. Thank you. Restoring our relationships and restoring the harmony of all of the traditions. When I met you in August and you described l'histoire, the history of Vodoun, I understood the truth of humanity's journey in reality, in existence.
Elle a fait la connaissance en août, elle a bien compris l'humanité du monde dans cette voyage qu'elle a fait. Et puis encore, elle veut dire merci pour tout ce que vous avez fait, les sagesses que tu partages avec nous.
Et là, Emi Tumilo Utumeo, Emi Tunde Peoyon, Petonyon, Amai, de sagesse de Econocoum bon. Amai, mi tous les jours. Nous n'avons mis le béton de nous.
Et aussi, on a mis ensemble, on a restauré les aspects différents de notre histoire. De notre relation qu'on avait un peu tout cassé, c'est maintenant ensemble. Et ça aussi, ça se touche.
Alors, Eze Gwenoko mettons et Mwendaï. Ouais, surtout. Mais des mika peut dire les molodérés, on quand l'air tchawe. Beau tcha déjà de nous zombo. Nous on les blow nous mita on est des.
Right now.
Et ma so boya voilà titi même voilà les donc. Si j'ai mal traduit en non, si j'ai mal traduit en bon.
So the work that you do and the work you have done, the work you will do, is transforming who we are, our people, all over the world. When I tell people that I met you, and then I tell them that you initiated me and gave me my name, they all say, because the honor is
Emi don kwa mi ton amele ewe kazi mi do ade ni oti bo nanu ko ni mi ode no pacha me bireji.
So in restoring our connections, there's always a open door to transform politics, the balance between Africa and Europe, financial systems, trade. There are people in the United States who would like to come and be anointed by you to learn more about the tradition, to learn the synchronicity between Vodoun, Palo, Santeria, Catholicism, Hinduism, Confucianism. But you came first. Vodoun came first. And so all other traditions are derivative.
Yeah. No, great. It's better, yeah. I'm not totally there. You can. Yeah.
Elle a dit que encore le travail que tu fais, que ça change beaucoup de choses et même ça va avoir un impact économique entre l'Afrique et l'Europe aussi.
Et là, je vois des gens qui vous voient des gens. Il y a des gens qui bon à quoi c'est à l'écho. Parce que quand ils nous le mettent au podo, ils vont dire.
Il y a beaucoup de notre peuple qu'on fait comme ça, qui veut être initié, qui parfois il veut aussi apprendre d'autres choses comme le confucianisme, le taoïsme, les autres traditions, mais c'est le voodoo qui est notre patrimoine, c'est ça qui existe au monde. Premièrement, c'est la première chose.
Et donc, même on dit donc, même oui, si on quand les Yesu pobole pour la idée du beau mon dire et minaje vodun quand on signe à l'idée les yibana plon nous gege avant et quand on vodun ouais a idée dans les dibo fine était là bon
So, I'm sorry.
Regardez nem nada confusion quando confusion et dans une do
ne teme edene on esu kwado gba jidimo ero adigba hu gan nu gbo owo mede soro a medeleti bo ko iwa ran juro jo wa ran tori wa ije o confusion si ma san nu ene lesin alinu on le vo bu Vodoun, mais il a dit bois d'eau. Des mots de Vodoun, ici c'est nous comptons. Maintenant, tu as débrouillé.
So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you do, all that you will do, all that you have done. And thank you so much for your gracious hospitality.
Most welcome.
Welcome. You are welcome.
Madi.
Oh, wow. Can I take a picture of him on the screen?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, here, yes, you can take a picture. Okay. Did you see we before the... It's a symbol for fertility. You want to at the church?
Yeah. Let me touch it. Yeah, that's it. Hold it, touch. Thank you. Thank you. You said it's a symbol of fertility? Yeah. So I'm gonna have plenty of kids now. Plenty of kids
Ici c'est bon. Ça c'est bon. Bien vivito kwa mene de ta rua rapivi de bien vivito mere to bidi ala da to sa to bidi pa fi va monter oti ayin bo
There you go, Jay. There you go. There you go.
There was blood in the other one.
Yeah, no, everything, I feel like you feel the exact same way that I do about a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of difficulties that we face with in America where we can just come here and it's like our homeland, we can be reconnected with things that we've been disconnected from. So hearing someone else say the same things made me more adamant about coming here.
Tell everybody where you're from, man.
From Cleveland, Ohio, America. But I'm out here in Benin right now. Connected with the ancestors.
What's your name?
Ramesu Sarah.
Okay. What's up, brother? Well, welcome to the motherland. Welcome to Benin.
Appreciate
it. For sure, brother. Glad you came, man. Glad
I
you
learned
came.
as much as I can.
For sure.
It's good seeing all this African royalty.
J'insiste beaucoup là-dessus parce que c'est profond, c'est lourd. Il faut aller vite. Celui qui a toujours donné le temps depuis des années.
You are in your family.
Emina lo crepe ancestral na ebi ano crepe bo ekoro teme ba ni eko ba teme ni e kare do mi ano puto no ekun fe wo e na tre lo don puto ko ni do crepe.
You planned normally to stay in Vida during the journey, but at a given moment you decided to stay in Cotonou. No matter the place, you are at home. It is a good thing that you have been doing by trying to go back to the root, to come to the root. As you have come here, it is true. You will carry the message. I don't know how to say. You will spread the news, the good news about Vodoun, because when you have come to witness what is happening, what Vodoun is, this will help more people to know about Vodoun. So it is very good to be coming here to witness the event. Yeah.
And the expedition, the boy on blue, or on back to them, the Hunchimel, Fitter and Catonsi.
Today it is possible scientifically, people try to check where am I from. We're talking about genes, the analysis of genes, okay, that science gives that possibility today. But there are many other possibilities to know who you are, to know what you are on earth, where you come from. It could be a simple writing. It could be a simple word that we remember. It can It could be within the way they proceed on saying the praise to the Lord, to Vodoun. When we hear that, we can't even notice where somebody is from.
Peut-être pas certaines paroles, peut-être pas de panégyrique parce que on ne se rappelle plus de tout, mais il a un certain nombre en prenant bien ces panégyriques dans peut-être dans la langue créole aujourd'hui, tout ça là, on peut reconnaître que cette personne vient certainement de telle zone, de telle divinité, comme ancêtre mythique, et ainsi de suite.
Yeah. So what he's saying that is, you may be in another area today, you may be in another situation today, and you just because of a word, just because of an expression, people can imagine where you are from. I don't know if you understand well. Today, maybe you are American, and we have in America maybe different size. People could speak Spanish or Creole. There are many different languages people speak. Through the language, we can follow some expressions to identify your origin. That's what he's trying to say. I don't know if that is...
Yes, I mean, some of it is even non-verbal. There's a certain look, literally a way that you look. It could be a way you hold your lips. There could be some gesture that you do with your hand. And all these small things are ways of revealing one's origins. So yes, the genetic piece is important, But then there are these other these nuanced pieces that have to come together that give you a bigger sense of who you are and allow you to sort of pinpoint things just a little bit better than you would otherwise.
Mais Citadelle, on était parti à la Citadelle. Et le guide, c'est l'ancien ministre de la Culture d'Haïti.
They went to the Citadel, and the guide was the former Minister of Culture.
Qui c'est un connaisseur fin de la chose.
And is someone who really knows history very well.
Et à des étapes, il explique. Il explique en se rappelant des pans de l'histoire, en se rappelant que il y a telle chanson pour illustrer.
At various stages, he would give very specific elements of history, but he would also be recalling certain songs that were sung that were pertinent to a particular phase of history.
Certains mots sont bien prononcés, d'autres ne se trouvent pas bien prononcés.
Some words were very well pronounced, others were, they were like gibberish. But it wasn't so much gibberish as much as someone trying to remember something that they heard long ago. Yes.
Mais quand on est attentif, on capte, on sait ce que ça veut dire.
But when you're really attentive, you can capture what is it that they're trying to say.
Et il explique aussi.
And then he's also explaining.
Mais nous avons demandé aussi des explications de certaines chansons et il ne pouvait pas.
While he was singing, we did ask questions about to explain certain elements of a song, but he didn't know what it was.
Il a eu des chansons de Vodoun.
There are songs of Voodoo.
Oui. Et des chansons qui ont des clés et il ne sait pas. J'ai expliqué à un niveau d'un, il dit bon. Mais comme c'est une chanson de Vodoun et ça a des clés, je ne peux plus continuer.
Some of these songs, they're like keys, and so Dada was trying to let him know that they're keys, but it's almost like a game of detective, trying to figure out, well, what exactly do they really mean? What is the exact word? It sounds like something that we know. It might mean something that we know. The song helps to be a key, but there's more research that has to get done. Yeah.
Donc, je crois que en tant que peut-être, je mets ça entre griffes en tant que touriste, mais en réalité, je suis chez moi, je ne peux pas être touriste. Mais en tant que touriste à la Citadelle, où le guide devait m'expliquer les choses, je suis devenu maintenant un guide.
He said that, on one hand he was a tourist at the Citadel, but on the other hand you can't be a tourist where you're home, and so now he has become a guide for not so much literally for visitors, the people who want to know more about the Citadel and their own history, especially with regard to Haiti.
Bon, tu es à la maison.
So you are now home. You're home.
Tu es en famille.
You're with him.
Et car on était tous à Port-Nouveau.
We were all at Port Novo. We were actually at a Divination conference.
Et comme j'ai un rendez-vous à 19h, on a dû le laisser là-bas pour terminer parce qu'il a une communication à passer.
Because we had to be back here at a very specific time, we left him behind because he had to deliver remarks at the event.
Donc, il vient d'arriver.
So he just got back.
Donc, il y a aussi on commande. Mais quand on peut aller mais on est arrivé. Hein? On est arrivé à quelqu'un, 19h combien? Et quart ou bien. Parce que, entre Coco Cody aux environs de 19h00.
Sweetness as a token of my appreciation for you.
Venez de Tunisie.
Me donne des solutions.
I can share.
C'est mieux
Une manifestation de son estime.
Reine!
Reine! Chocolat?
Reine!
Oui.
C'est reine!
Merci.
C'est reine de Mesdames, Majesté, l'aîné. Reine! Reine de l'air. Reine.
I was gonna say, how do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. I feel grateful. I'm so thankful. And I have so much love in my heart for the king and his family and for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I know that great things are going to come from this day. Amen.
Amen. I say.
Hey, Sambito, he greet you, Sambito. Hey, Sambito, Yes. How do you think? I feel fine. Sambito. And your wife? Everybody's fine. Everybody is good. Everybody's good.
Okay.
What do you say?
He wanted to take for himself.
Okay, hold on. Sambito.
c'est un nommé.
Attends.
Ah, t'as vu là? Alors t'as la gbẹmẹ.
On peut beaucoup encore des soirs.
Ah. Oh, Tommy. Tu as chance. Ah, beaucoup y a. C'est bon. Il est où? Ah, mais on a tout ton nom.
Before that, we are
Dogbo, walking the streets of Wida is like my favorite part of the Voodoo Festival in Wida. Absolutely love it. That's the part I enjoy the most. Dogbo, walking around the city, going to the different historic sites, going to the different spiritual sites, saying prayers, giving us blessings. That's my favorite part of the Voodoo Festival in Wida. That right there.
Mon ambassadeur. Oh. Oui. Majesté. Rome.
Rome.
Fine.
What's up? What's up, man? Ça va?
Comment va-t-il?
Baba.
Baba.
Wakwe, wa
raison. Maintenant, nous voyons que les Wawa de Foudeme, à Bazawa Maison, et on peut avec les Damos à Pont, Renan, et vous venez de Tamola, que vous faisiez mille fois, qui dit, bueno, pues, digo que bueno, Benito, mi toque, mi toque, Brasa, c'est dit, ouais, Dodo, Wato, mais, Poyon, lui. Loi qui faut que lui qui est venu avec Brasa, son nom est, tu as le combat de Bonato, mais quelqu'un, il
So you mentioned the Huna.
Yeah, when we say Huno, that is the name of the Supreme King, Chief of Voodoo. And the name Huno, no matter the person on the throne, he must be Huno as name. So he may complete his own name, maybe Huno Richard, like the family name, the throne name. And why do we say Huno? Hu means the ocean. No means the mother, the father. So Huno means the chief of ocean, of the ocean. And why this name? The former chief, I mean the first to be chief, Huno, he used to command the ocean. He talked to the ocean, and even when they want to do ceremonies, he comes here in this place and they talk to the ocean, and it opens like this and you see the grounds. So people walk and they will go there and cook the meat they will, the goat they will kill for the fetish. They will bring it, they will cook, and once they finish, they come back, he will talk again to the ocean and it will close. So he has power over the ocean. That's why we call him Huno, the Supreme Chief of Voodoo. That's it.
Now, is that the reason why at the end of the Voodoo Festival, Dogbo goes and does a ritual at the ocean? Where is that part of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
The fetish, the Voodoo itself is Hu, because we will consider the ocean as a spirit. And it's like, is a deity. Hu. Who is the deity? We can hear Agbe. Agbe. It is the ocean. Yeah. It is the principle of the ocean. Agbe Taoyo. So Agbe Taoyo is the ocean that controls the world. If we want to, the world, if God decides one day to finish with the earth, he will take by the ocean, because the water will raise and cover everywhere. So ocean decides of everything. And where there is water, people cannot live there if the ocean is not quiet. So we have to show respect to that thing. And spirits like Dam, Mami, or everything we talk about, they are
from the ocean, the wealth, everything. That is the idea. And that is a deity for us. That's why we say Huna. So the man, the chief of Vodoun, that controls or that deal with who? The ocean. That's it.
Make video. I'm here basically Voodoo Festival. Baby shop after we back here. Donc for next year, we invite everybody to come here. Okay, thank you so much.
We need to go to Aweka now. Okay, I'm with you.
the understanding me personally I can give is that Voodoo means simply what is beyond human explanation. Something that is under human, beyond human explanation. For example, if we have a miracle, somebody produce a miracle, or something happens in your life and you cannot explain, you don't know how to explain this, you say that, oh, this is Voodoo. But kings also, to show their power, can say, and this is Voodoo, this is me Voodoo. This means that enemies cannot destroy, not directly destroy, cannot understand where I get my energy from. You see, so it is related to something that we cannot explain. It is difficult to explain. So that is the definition or the meaning we give it while communicating and saying me Voodoo, oh, this is Voodoo. Even sometimes you can give birth to children, and in Africa they say, hey, is that a human being? That is a Voodoo. Because maybe genetically the son has a problem growing, or in the behavior of that children, those children, there's something strange. Yeah. And today everybody say, oh, the children we have today are like Voodoos. This means simply that they are more intelligent than us. They seem to know everything before coming in life. So the word Voodoo is a polysemic word. It is applied to many things, many domains, many sectors. Now, we have what we call Voodoo window, which is the religion itself. You see? But the word simply, that's what I try to explain now. It is a polysemic word, but apart from the common use of the word Voodoo, we have Voodoo window, which is the religion of our forefathers. And it is that part that has to do with deities, with spirits. And now, when we take also that part, we are going to classify Bo from Voodoo. Because Voodoo is working for the whole community, but Bo is working for a single person.
For yourself.
Yeah. You may use it for your family, but when it is Voodoo window, it has to do with the whole community. And you cannot stand up and make your Voodoo.
So what do you mean it has to do with the whole community? Like you'll make offerings for the whole community? Or you will pray to better the whole community?
I don't get that point.
Tu veux dire que quand tu dis Voodoo pour toute la communité, c'est pour que la communité soit mieux ou que ça...
No.
Oh. Is it that he's of service more than just on his own?
Oh, service to the community.
Yeah, what I'm meaning is this. You know, we have, I first focused on the fact that Voodoo is a vocabulary, a common vocabulary first, which means something that is beyond our explanation. And in this context, a simple magician, I mean, if you happen to do miracle or to transform this water into wine, and we cannot explain, we may consider, what is this? Do you understand? It will surprise people. How come you are here and you transform this? But this may be simple mastery of elements or secrets. Maybe some spiritual secret, and you know that when I add this to this, it will give this result. It is a simple knowledge that you're using, but we do not master. But for us who are not initiated, who do not know where you get that power from, we're going to say that, oh, it is beyond our explanation. It has to do with Voodoo. But Voodoo, whether it's not that, is a religion like we have Christianism, Islam, it's like that. It's pure. And it is in that component that in Voodoo Winter that we have the 4 main elements. Do you understand now? Yeah. Okay, and when you come here, for example, you go in this Iwida, and they show you a Voodoo, they say this is Sapata, you can go to Paraku, you can go to Port Novo, it will be the same. Yeah. But if it is a simple mastery, a simple knowledge, a simple secret for your own that you have, do you understand? And you can make the sculpture in wood or with sand, anything you have, for your own protection. You see, that is bow. People will say Voodoo because it is beyond our style. We don't know how he happens to comment the object, simple object. Do you understand? But that is personal. When you are talking about Voodoo, it engages the whole society, the whole community, and the principle doesn't vary from area to area. It is the same. Do you understand now? Yeah. Okay. Now I can make my own Voodoo, but really it is not Voodoo Wendo. Do you understand? Yeah. It is a bow, it is a fetish. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes. It is a fetish. That's what you call bow. Okay. Do you understand? So I can create my own. But Voodoo I cannot. You understand? That's what I can say as far as defining Voodoo is concerned.
So that's why there's so many deities, because there are people who can create their own.
Yeah, it's possible. You know,
I didn't know that.
Create your own Voodoo means create your own fetish.
So is that negative?
It can be positive, it can be negative. Okay. Because it's just, at that time, it's just a tool that you're going to use. Yeah. Like an arm while going to war. In the past, we use more charms. Talisman. Yeah, talisman and fetish. Do you understand? Mm. That is pure creation, discovery of rules of nature. Okay. People can talk to trees and trees will die. We lose all the leaves. The same thing. Even till today, people are able to do that. Yeah. People are able to kill their fellow being just with words. It's still going on. They can talk to you, you will become mad. But all those are from bow. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How can we explain the fact that we talk to the person become mad? It is Voodoo, but that doesn't have to do with Voodoo. That's why the confusion is very high at that level. Defining Voodoo is very, very difficult.
So can you talk a little bit about the divination process?
Yeah. I would like to tell people, because most people say, I want to get initiated, I want to do this. But sometimes I wonder if they really understand what they're saying. Mm. Yeah. You know, Voodoo, in Voodoo window, before you get into contact with any fetish, any Voodoo, any spirit, you have to see the Ifa priest for divination. And when they read, they will see what is the element that is fundamental in your life, in your personality. Which energy governs you? What is the spirit that is controlling you, that is controlling your life? And now it is the Ifa priest who should direct you to a Voodoo priest. And a single person cannot be the chief of many deities at the same time. But because of money today, many things are happening. You know, a single person cannot be priest of Dam, priest of Sapata, priest of Hebeso. It is impossible. It has never been so, and I don't think that it will be like that one day. I don't think. So when you go to the Ifa priest.
Can you explain a little bit what's the Ifa priest?
Okay, the Ifa priest is when we go to Fon, we say Fa because Ifa is Yoruba, is Nigeria. In Fon, we say Afa.
Fon is the senior church. People here.
Yeah, Fon is those who are here, Beninese. We say Fa. Fa, which means peace, get peace. And if you go to Togo, Lomé, you will hear Afa. You see, Benin, Fa, Togo, Ifa, Afa, Nigeria, Ifa, but almost the same thing. Get peace. When should you go to the Ifa priest? We don't stand up and say, oh, I want to get initiated and go to see the Ifa priest. No. You have some problems. Maybe your business is not going well. Maybe you have health problems. Maybe when you sleep, you don't sleep well, you have bad dreams, people running after you, or you see dead people who already died in your family long years ago. You are sick, you are disturbed somehow. At that moment, you can decide to go to the Ifa priest to say, oh, I would like to know, to have explanation about my dreams or about my problems. You see, another problem that can bring us to the Ifa priest, it may happen, you are in your room and you used to put this water somewhere. And you are sure that every morning I put it here, and you put it here, you go there, before you come back, you notice that it's no longer there. You start checking, you don't find it. What happened? Where did I put this? Where did I put this? Where did I put this? You may spend 30 minutes, 1 hour later, you're down, you forget where you were going, because maybe you were about to go out. You forget about that now, you come, you will see the thing in the same place. It may worry you, and you say, oh, what is happening? And this is not the first time, the second time. I have to consult the Ifa. It is at that moment. So, if you don't have any problem, I don't think that you will be looking for solutions. So, it is when you have problem that you go to the Ifa priest. And once there are many processes. There are different type of divinations. People can use a chain. A chain. I don't know if you have any picture of.
I have a video of mine on YouTube. We can pull it up. Yeah.
And apart from that, people can use water. They just take a water in a calabash or in any pot, and just they will see your spirit, everything. They will communicate with the spirit directly. Others will use a mirror, simple mirror, to read your life. Others can use just I don't know how you say Kori.
Colonel.
Okay, this thing, yeah, exactly. To read, to do the reading. Okay. Others can just take your hand, and when they look in your palm, they will know about your future, your past, everything they will tell you. So there are many types of divination. Others may even use some bottles, and they will put some leaves inside, and they will put the leaf there and be talking to the bottles, and they will tell you what you are. So there are different methods. The oldest one is the chain. And when Voodoo people, the priest, the chief, traditional kings, anyone want to do something as far as Voodoo community is concerned, they refer to the former, the first strategy, the chain. That's the one they use. Sometimes they will use a palm nut.
The cola nut.
Is
the cola nut?
Coconut?
Cola.
Cola, no, not cola.
Is that cola nut?
No. People can also use that, but what I'm talking about, we call it the highest Ifa, the highest principle of Ifa. It is palm nut. You know palm nut? Yeah. Okay. They remove everything, the oil, everything they have. And there is the nut itself. Yeah. It is not a common palm nut. When you look at it, you will see a hole, maybe 4 points on it like that. So they have also that principle, and they have 16 in 2 sides. They can use that also to read your life. And if you go to the Ifa priest for a specific problem, maybe your business is not going well, the Ifa will tell you why and what to do to make it go well. You don't have children, you want to have one. You go to the Ifa priest, he will tell you why and what to do. You have bad dreams, you go to the Ifa priest, he will tell you why and what to do to avoid those dreams. And so on and so forth. But this doesn't mean that you are getting initiated to Ifa. Do you understand?
Yeah, so there's different category to what you're looking for. So if you wanted a consultation for everyday life struggle, you go into the Fa.
Exactly.
But if you wanted an initiation,
it's different.
You would consult the Fa first. That would refer you to a priest.
Okay, and no, at that same level of Fa, it's like a hospital. I have a problem, a disease, a condition. I go there to see the physician. You see, so this doesn't mean that I'm initiated to Ifa. Do you understand? Because people can get initiated to Ifa and take Ifa with them and go home. No, Ifa. It is different from Voodoo. When you take it and go home, it is in your house. And any problem you will be having, he will be the one taking them. And yearly, before you enter a new year, you will call a priest who will take your Ifa, the shrine. But is it a shrine?
Well, see, in Nigeria, they do Ifa pots.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's the Ifa pot. Yeah. See, Ifa in Nigeria. See, it's the oracle is Ifa, but the religion Voodoo and Ifa is different. Because when I went to Nigeria, I was thinking it was the same. Like, no, it's different. Yeah.
Now, the problem is that
because they used to say it's the oracle. Like, so Voodoo uses the Ifa oracle, but the actual religion is different.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No. What I mean is this. When you take Ifa, you can go to the Ifa priest for a specific problem. Okay. And he will do the divination to solve that problem.
Okay,
but you can also...
I think you have to clarify, what do you mean by when you take Ifa? What is the Ifa?
Okay, thank you. When you take Ifa also is a spirit. Even if it is a divination, it is also a spirit.
Mais c'est quoi en fait? C'est un truc tangible or
oui, c'est comme les noix de palme dont je vous ai parlé là. C'est ça même le Fa dont on parle. Si on va te donner Fa là, pour que tu rentres avec, c'est les noix de palme là qu'on va te mettre dans un bol.
So the Ifa priest can give you something for your problem, and so that thing is going to be called Ifa. Is that what you're saying?
No. Okay, I take it
similar to like Christianity as well, Pentecostal, and when people say they saved, it's the Spirit, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. What? Okay. Let me take it.
It's like the nuts, right?
Yeah.
So where do you get that? Where do you get the?
They see the video. It'll make sense.
Okay,
they
bring
do.
it to me.
But go ahead, Gerald. Go ahead and talk. But
otherwise,
are we talking about like a divination tool? Like
Yeah. So they use like the chain and the nuts for like for readings.
It's like, right, for example, like...
Am I right, Jer? Am I right?
There are 3 points I would like you to understand about going to the Ifa priest.
Well, it's like if you're Christian, right, and you're like, my life isn't working, going to church ain't working, I'm gonna go get a tarot reading, I'm gonna go get a room reading, and so forth and so on. You're still like in Christianity, but that doesn't mean you're like a psychic or a Wicca or whatever.
Right. That's what it means. Yeah. Right.
Like you're just getting a reading. You're just listening.
Exactly. So you would.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? What you're saying?
Yeah. So there are 3 things you can do. You can go there just for a problem, and he will do the sacrifice to solve that problem. Okay. Now you can also go there just to find out what energy governs you, who you are at birth, and what you are going to be till you die. You understand? So that is your whole life, and he will tell you the spirits or the energy that governs you. At that level, you are taking Ifa. Because after that process, that is the most expensive process and the longest process in Ifa. That is a little bit different from somebody stole my money. I want to know who, or I'm not having children. I want to know why. I go there, I consult, I say, okay, do this sacrifice, it will come. It is different. But I want to know who I am. What energy governs me? And I go there, this means that I'm taking Ifa. That's what I want to know.
So Ifa is...
And in that process, they must give you some shine. And you will go home with.
So the Ifa is a divination.
Yeah. But you know, Ifa, you can take Ifa, you can consult Ifa. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You consult Ifa for a problem.
Right.
You want to take Ifa, this.
Président. Ah, les meilleurs vœux.
DJ, numéro de Taji Wale, à Senu Minuma Senu Hunotela Nemo Tijuanu. Sure.
Merci pour la qualité du travail. Il faut le comprendre, il faut le comprendre, il faut le comprendre. C'est pour la sécurité, c'est très important. Attention, attention pour permettre à tout le monde de voir.
Richard, people are always asking. Camera's rolling, by the way. Camera's rolling. I know you can't answer it, but I just have to ask. What is in Sambito?
Sambito?
Yeah, what's in it? I'm sorry. Yeah. What's in it? It's real windy. Let's go this way, and then we can walk to the beach. I left my little thing. What's in Sambito?
How can I? It is a spirit. They open it in front of you.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see anything inside?
No.
Even open, the thing is still moving. The mask is still moving, dancing. So, and why do people even open Sambito's mask? It's because most people think that there is somebody inside moving the mask and dancing with it. Some even go till they.
But I hear something talking in there sometimes. Like I hear it speaking.
Yeah. Then, when spirits want to talk to human beings, they must speak human beings' language.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So they try. Though the language is not totally natural like human beings, it anyway looks like humans. That's it. So they talk. But since they talk and people see them dancing, sometimes people say that, I see the leg.
Yeah, I see the leg. Yeah, I see something
okay,
there.
So they say, okay. So the Sambito people say, okay, open now the thing. They open it, you see nothing is inside. The thing is open, but the thing start dancing again. Or sometimes they open it, you will see a little statues. You can see lizard, you can see crocodile. Nothing, we cannot say that there is this thing, it is crocodile that stay inside. We cannot say it is a lizard. We don't know exactly what stay inside. When we open it, we see different things. It can be snake, it can be lizard, crocodile. It can be a little object, a calabash.
Right.
It can also be empty.
So what's the story, Sambito? You told me it used to be police in Port Novo, right?
It's from Port Novo. During a tribal war, people were going to wage war against King of Port Novo Tofa, and then they just started hearing Sambito. And he said, what is this? We have never heard this sound before. So people were afraid when they say, boo, what is this? They start checking, they don't see the thing, they'll run away, go back. So that is the starting point. I mean the history we have. And then after that, in the community, people settle Sambito like a guardian. Right. And when it is night, that's why Sambito, the people of the night.
Oh, okay.
Sambito, Zan is the night. Sambito is people, Sambito. So people of the night, so it's like the guardian of the city at night. And for example, if you see coconuts run on the floor there, you cannot pick it up. You take it, you will not know how Sambito starts talking. You will not see it, but you will not see the mask. But we start talking till the mask will get out. So it plays like guardian of the city.
Okay.
Yeah, it's security. Yeah.
People are always saying, "Oh, something's in there. Something's in there. People in there. Someone's in there."
You may believe when the thing is moving, even here in our community. This has nothing to do with the Westerners, with foreigners. Even in our area, people say, "How can the thing be speaking to us like human being moving? We see sometimes the leg." Okay, open it, we won't see. They open, you see nothing. Sometimes we set fire in the mask and it burns till end. They gather the sun and it comes out again. Yeah, we already saw those things here in the past as far as Sambito is concerned.
All right, let's walk to the beach.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, everybody. So you be the judge. Me personally, I have the video. Sambito was open and I didn't see anything inside of it. So until you guys could prove that something is inside of Sambito, that a human being is inside of Sambito, do not keep spreading rumors that something. Stop spreading rumors that something's inside of Sambito. Don't speak on what you don't understand. There we go.
Yeah. The difference between fetish priest and fetish chief, all right, is that the fetish chief is working for a whole community.
Okay.
But a fetish priest is working for himself.
Say that, repeat that one more time.
I said that a Vodoun priest is different from a fetish priest. From a Vodoun chief, I mean. Let me take it again. I said that there is a difference between a Vodoun chief and a Vodoun priest. A chief is just selected by a collectivity to take care of a voodoo, and that voodoo works for the whole community. But the fetish, the priest himself has his own fetishes.
So is a voodoo priest and a fetish priest the same?
No.
Okay.
The difference is that voodoo contained fetish. Do you understand? Because voodoo is anything that is beyond human explanation. But when we talk about voodoo window, okay, we talked about chiefs. You understand?
Right.
But when you have your own voodoo, your own fetish, you are priest, but you are not voodoo chief.
Okay.
You understand what we're talking about here?
Yes.
Now they are like the voodoo priest, I mean the fetish owners are considered traditional healers, traditional doctors.
Okay.
So when you have any problem of health or something like that, witchcraft on you or a curse, they are the one that will help you remove that. Do you understand?
Right. Now, is witchcraft real? Because I know a lot of people get spooked out when you mention witchcraft and voodoo.
No, that's totally different.
Okay.
And our forefathers discovered voodoo just to fight against the witchcraft.
Oh, okay.
And people were afraid of being crowned a chief before, a voodoo chief, because they were exposed to dangers, because witchcraft, they are going to fight against witchcraft. That's the real problem. So there is a total difference between witchcraft and voodoo. You understand? Now, when we say priest, I can have my own fetish and be its priest.
Okay.
In that case, we talk about Huno. Do you understand?
Yes.
But when we say
Huno chief, right?
No, Huno is different from Huno.
Okay.
Hun is blood. Hu is ocean.
Okay.
So the other H is weak, but the second one is heavy. So a Huno is like a traditional doctor, and when you have a spiritual disease or bad luck, something like that, he can help you. And when you ask for a special service, that will do it for you.
Okay.
That's their role. They have some. They just have roles of. They have some secrets of nature, secret of leaves, and they know that when we add this to this, it must give this result. So this can be used to cure people. It can also be used to destroy enemies. Do you understand?
So then the question becomes, and I ask this all the time, and people always ask the same question. If the fetish priest is so powerful, if the voodoo is so powerful, how did the white man colonize and conquer Africa? That's the question, the elephant in the room, that's always asked. And then the other question is, if the voodoo is so powerful, why is there poverty in Africa? Or why is there poverty in the places that practice voodoo? Even though it's consistent throughout Africa, where is the wealth? That's always the elephant in the room when you bring up voodoo and power.
Talking about colonization, you know, the city was not ruled by Vodoun priests nor Vodoun chiefs. Okay? The Vodoun community had to do with spirituality. That's all. But we have, apart from Vodoun chiefs and priests, we have kings. You understand? And kings are those who deal with politics. And now talking about politics, they have power over the Vodoun priest. Do you understand? And talking about slave trade and anything else, this has to do with the kings, not with the priest of
So
Voodoo.
voodoo didn't have a role in the slave trade?
No,
People, okay.
nothing. And I can even tell you, during colonization, for example, before they wage war against the French people, the Ifa priest told the King Béazin not to do that because the end will be a failure. They will fail at the end. And now, the Ifa priest even said that he would be a captive and died in abroad. He will not die in Africa, in his country. But they say that Ifa used to tell the truth, but this time it will not. He didn't believe that, because for him he cannot stay quiet and see white people making rules or setting rules here in his own land. Do you understand?
Yes.
But the Voodoo community, the Ifa priest was saying that the strategy, this thing will happen. When you wage war, you will lose more people than them, and it is true that they will not be able to catch you if you don't want, because you have those powers. But when you won't have any other citizen, you don't have citizen, who are you going to rule?
Right.
You understand? So the king said that effectively, because that's what the last decision Béazin will take. Because the Ifa priest say, okay, this war, if you continue, you will lose all your citizens. And the king replies, if I will lose all my citizens, so I'd better give myself to leave the citizen live a good life. That's the way he gave himself to the French people. You understand? Yeah, at last. So I just want to tell you that we are not going to confuse the Voodoo community and the kingdom. You understand?
Yeah.
The kingship. Because kings has power over the Voodoo community, but Voodoo community can give advice. They just give advice to the kings. The kings can follow their advice, but they can also neglect their advice. Right. That's what happened. Because they want the King Béazin. But he was stubborn. The final result was the Ifa's words.
So again, so then why didn't the voodoo give the king or the people the power to destroy and crush the French through war?
Don't think that they didn't use. The war was not so easy. And French people can witness that. They have to recognize that the fight against them, if some African were not involved in the fight on the side of French, the French people could do nothing.
So Africans sold out. Africans sold out.
Yeah. Because I don't know how you say.
They were turncoats. They sold out.
Because Béazin, he was not accepting the fact that Europeans will be controlling our citizens here. And when he started, many people were jealous. That is a natural feeling. They were having the king for the place, the throne. Do you understand? His brothers. And for example, when the French people shot on Béazin's soldiers, they are, what do you call ball? The thing that get out of the bullet could not enter their body.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's what was happening, and they were able to kill French people just by word and just by using their teeth or the knives. Especially ladies that we call Amazons.
Yeah, the Amazons. Yeah.
But what happened is that, how come we shoot on people and the bullets do not enter their bodies? Okay? It is African who gave the secret to French people. By using this way, the bullet will enter their body. Do you understand? So they started killing the people of Dahomey. So this we cannot say that Voodoo didn't contribute the fetish because, we will not say that Voodoo were used, but fetishes and talisman were used because Voodoo is not involved in destroying people. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. But kings have secrets of herbs, okay, and could use some natural secret power, black magic, to destroy enemies, and they used that against the settlers. They used that.
Is black magic voodoo?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But kings have those black magic. They have some secrets that they can use to destroy their enemies. That is totally different from what we call voodoo. You understand?
Yes.
But when we want, for example, you, Danis, and I, we from Benin, and I know that we from the same father, and if you not the king, I am the one who should be on the throne. Now you are crowned, you are on the throne, and I want to take that position too, because I noticed that, since you are king now, you have too much power, you have too many wives, you have everything. There are those jealousy.
Right.
And it's like that me, I went to see French people to negotiate with them and give the secret. With this thing, when you shoot on people, they will die. When you do this, you do that. So that's like that. The king of Abomey was not fighting against only French people, but also his brothers. That was the real problem. So this has nothing to do with voodoo. Will you tell me, for example, we believe in voodoo, we have this, and voodoo is powerful, and we are poor. But what you will not tell me that Jerusalem or something, everybody cannot be rich just because we believe in Jesus Christ. We can be rich. No, people who are Christian, they are poor.
True.
They are dying.
True.
They are starving. Though they are believing in Jesus, they are Muslim, they are Buddhist. No matter what you are talking about religion, you will see poor people among you. You will see rich people.
True.
This has nothing to do with voodoo. But when we talk about black magic, we can talk about fetish. Because, for example, he is the only one who knows how he made his fetish. But when we will talk about Hebioso, everybody knows, if you are in the community, how it should be done. Because it's just a temple, and before you settle the temple, you have to gather these leaves, and you pray. And before the praying, you have to gather other chiefs of the community. So that is totally different. But he has secrets, and he can create his own voodoo and commend it. That is black magic. You understand?
Right.
Yeah.
So the fetish isn't necessarily voodoo. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, the word voodoo is a vocabulary that I would like people to clearly understand.
Go ahead.
In our everyday communication, we can use the word voodoo. And voodoo means, first of all, something that is beyond our human explanation. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, for example, we are here, you talk to the ocean stop moving. The wave stop, everything stop. You say, okay, move again, the ocean moves. It is surprising. You can say that, yeah, that is from voodoo. Have you ever seen voodoo? Have you ever seen miracle? Do you understand?
Yes.
So, if you have your fetish that you can commend and it acts, it's something that we cannot explain. Do you understand? People will call it voodoo. This is not scientific, and it's not, we cannot demonstrate this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's the first. But we have voodoo community, voodoo window, which is the heritage of our forefathers, and that has to do with 4 elements. That's all, not more.
Earth, wind,
yes,
fire.
Earth, wind, fire,
water.
and water. Finished. And that is principle of nature, and they are just spirits that communicate with God, the Almighty God. You understand?
Yes.
So voodoo can be seen like angels that governs individuals. But all this has to do with the same God, the Almighty God.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
You can see some leaves,
Not the things that he gonna add.
right?
Yeah, with this one, he will be talking to the thing, and the thing will act. For example, this is for protection.
Okay.
Protection. When enemies think about you and they want to send witchcraft, they want to put in witchcraft, they want to curse, put a curse on you, you know, if you used this thing and they send any witchcraft or curse, it will return back to them.
Oh, wow.
That's what he's doing, for example. But me, I don't know how he's doing. He has his own secret. So he is a fetish priest. He's there. You just ask him for service. He will do the service. Yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
The real name we should give to fetish, okay, in our local language is Bo.
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 Bo. What does that mean?
Bo.
Yeah.
Which means like a talisman.
Okay.
A charm. A charm. Okay. A fetish, because that is special. It can be used as a protection. It can be used as a tool, I mean as an arm, an instrument of war, okay, to of protection or to fight against, and so on and so forth. You see, there are. It depends. And now, but in our common everyday, it is a mistake, a confusion, and people take Bo for voodoo and everything at the same time,
right?
Just because it is beyond explanation. That's all.
And that is kind of being all put together.
Yeah. Otherwise, voodoo is different from fetish.
Right.
Yeah. Voodoo could be seen as is different. Fetish is Bo, and voodoo is a little bit different. That's what we can say. Yeah.
Now you're about to get some spiritual work done. We won't show it, but what's the need? Why? What's the reason for a animal sacrifice when performing? Or I guess when feeding the fetish or the guy, like why? What's the need for that?
No, you know, I don't know exactly. Me, I'm not a priest. You know, I don't know. But what is sure is that you want to use a spirit. When we're talking about spirituality, it's matter of spirits, and spirits need something to have more power. And in every religion, there's always sacrifice,
right?
And blood. When we take
for some reason with voodoo or Ifa, they make it more taboo. But if you look at voodoo or Ifa, they make it, because it's African, they make it more of a taboo. But with Christianity and Islam, it's okay, like it's normal.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? that's the mindset of people. They'll criticize it if it's voodoo or Ifa doing the sacrifice. But with Islam, you know, sacrificing a goat, Christianity, you know, Jesus died and allegedly finished, and you know, they're eating the drinking the wine.
That is the last religion on earth is Christianity.
Yeah.
You know, when we not going to criticize other religion,
right?
But you will notice that every year, Muslim, they sacrifice a goat.
Right.
The same way in our tradition, every year, especially the 10th of January, or every year, once a year in every family, there is a sacrifice to their Vodoun.
Right.
Not regularly, not per month, not every day. It's just once per year, and you are not even obliged to every year. You understand? Now, if in Christianity they say Jesus died and finished, that is their viewpoint. But our religion is very old. It is the first to come on earth. It is the oldest civilization. And Islam is before Christianity too. They still...
Christianity came before Islam.
No. That we do not. Anyway, what we know, for Voodoo people, they are not against no Voodoo people on earth. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I've not yet met one who is against Islam. You understand?
Yeah.
And when you go to Ifa priests, they sometimes require you to go to see people, to see Muslim.
to go to do sacrifices in a mosque. For example, buying things to do offerings. It depends on the spirit that governs you. Ifa recognize Islam perfectly, but I have never seen an Ifa priest requiring people to see Christian people or to see Catholic and so on and so forth. No, I've never seen that. So I trust more in Islam than Christianity. You understand what I mean? Now, talking about, I read a book about from Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche, he's German. Généalogie, it is in French. Généalogie de l'amour, la volonté volante. He talked about Christianity. So I'm not sure. I don't think Islam was before, because when we take the Quran, do you know Quran?
Yeah, the Quran.
Yeah. They announced the arrival of Jesus. We have some. It is older than Christianity. That is true. That is true. So what I would just say is that sacrifice is important and crucial in everything.
Okay.
Everything, yeah. I think that is important. Yeah. Knows how our forefathers happened to master so many spiritual secrets,
right?
And people till today can talk to trees and trees will die. I don't know how they happened to discover all those laws from the nature.
Look at just how beautiful Africa is. I mean, look at the palm trees. You got the water. I mean, look at just how beautiful Africa is.
But they still want to put this image in our head that is destitute, it's not beautiful, war, disease. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can't.
I mean, look at the palm trees. You know, we're walking to the beach right now, and this is all over Africa. I mean, look at the beach.